Hey everyone, it's me Gavin, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving into all of the brand new updates for the Honkai Star Rail website. I know that I probably should have talked about this a little bit sooner, but things have been pretty busy on my end, so we're finally getting into it today. There have been a few updates to certain pages and the overall layout, and there's actually been a couple of additions as well, which we will be going over. So with that being said, let's dive into it. Alright, so first things first, the website hsr.hoyoverse.com. That's the official website for Honkai Star Rail. Again, the link will be down in the description below if you guys are interested in going over and checking it out yourself. So the very first thing that we're presented here with is this beautiful piece of artwork showing off a couple of the characters that we're going to meet along the way, and also our slogan, which is "May this journey lead us starward." Below that, we have a play button for the trailer for Honkai Star Rail, and next to that, enter sign up. Now, if you guys are unaware, there's currently a second closed beta test that's going to be happening here in the near future, so if you guys are interested in participating, highly recommended. Go over, click that button, fill out the form, and hopefully you get an email saying that you're invited. Now, scrolling down, we have our news section. Now, I'm believing that this is going to be updated on a regular basis, but this is just pretty much showing things that are going to be going on with the game and a couple of like community events and all that stuff. Nothing really much to talk about here, just the second closed beta sign up again, and then we have a super duper awesome camera AR photography contest. If you click into that, it'll give you a couple of like the event details and submission rules, all that stuff, a couple of rewards. Again, if you're interested, be sure to go over and check it out. Now, below the news section, we have characters, and the very first four characters that we're presented here with are Dan Heng, March 7th, Himiko, and Welt. And below those character portraits, you can see their associated elements. So again, something to note if you guys are planning on different party makeups. Below that, we have our gameplay section. Now, this is very reminiscent of the website before the update. So again, if you guys are familiar with that, then you've probably seen a couple of these images already. Again, it's just showing a couple of like highlights from the game, talking about how it's a new title in the Honkai series. We get a little preview of the combat screen. You can kind of see over here, there's like a turn order. We have our character portraits. It looks like some kind of like burst meter or something behind them. Status effects. I'm not really sure if that's like status effects applied to the enemies or not, or maybe it's just their like elemental affinity. I'm not really 100% on that. And then of course our combat commands. Moving onward, we have a little snippet about maze exploration, because I believe this is going to operate a little bit like a roguelike, so hopefully the dungeons are going to be randomized and it'll add a little bit more replayability to them. And next to that, of course, something that we expect from Hoyoverse games as of right now, which is high quality audio and visuals, which I'm sure they will deliver 100% on. Now, scrolling a little bit further down, that's just it. That's the bottom of the page. So we will move back up to the characters and we'll go a little bit more into detail. If you click that more button, it'll bring you to another page for the characters, which will show you all of the different factions and the characters associated with those factions, and it'll give you a little snippet about their story, as well as a little preview of their voice actors and actresses if you click the little microphone icon here. So again, let's take a look at Dan Heng first.
Is the past that important? Different people will answer differently.
True. Anyways, I think this character looks absolutely sick. He really reminds me big time of like Zhongli from Genshin Impact. And again, I really like the fact that like he's a spear wielder. I guess maybe he's like our wind or anemo Zhongli. Anyways, he's a cold and reserved young man who wields a spear known as Cloud Piercer. He acts as the Express's guard on its long trailblazing expedition. Dan Heng never talks much about his past. In fact, he joined the Express crew to escape from it. But can the Express really help him outrun his past? Again, really damn cool. The little snippets of their story are going to be obviously a little bit open-ended, but it gets me excited to learn more about them, so it's very much appreciated. Moving onward, March 7th.
Who I am, where I'm from, I've forgotten it all. For now, I'm hanging out on this train and following it to whatever destination it decides to stop at. By tagging along, maybe I can find out about my past.
Again, really mysterious character. If you guys haven't seen it already, she actually has her character trailer released over on YouTube, so highly recommended to check that out. Again, you can see that she's an ice character, and she's a spirited, quirky young girl who is into all the things girls her age should be interested in. For example, taking photos. She was awakened from a piece of drifting eternal ice, only to find out that she knows nothing about herself or her past. While initially in low spirits due to her lack of identity, she decided to name herself after the date she came into this new life, and thus, on that day, March 7th, was born. I think she looks pretty damn sick. And again, checking out that character trailer, man, she is 100% on my to-have list. And hopefully we learn a little bit more about what caused her to be in the situation she woke up in. Moving onward to a very familiar face, Himiko.
You want to know the rules of the train? Don't break anything. Don't go into the engine room. And definitely don't go asking dull questions like, how come this train can travel through the universe?
Really digging the voice actress here. Not initially what I expected for Himiko. I kind of, really thought that it would be like a little bit more oomph, a little bit more of a stronger personality behind that character. But I don't know. This is only one little snippet of her voice acting. I'm sure it could be extremely good, and maybe in the situations that require it, that oomph will actually just come out and then just smack you in the face. Hopefully. Anyways, an adventurous scientist who encountered the Astral Express as a child when it got stranded in her own world. Years later, Himiko finally repaired the train and began her journey to the stars, but she realized that this was only the beginning. On her trailblazing journey, she would need many companions, and while they may have different destinations, they all gaze at the same starry sky. Really, really damn sick artwork. I absolutely love this character design, man. Himiko, I think, is going to be a mainstay in my party, so really, really looking forward to her. Onward, Welt.
The galaxy is vast beyond compare, containing an infinite number of possibilities. An individual's fate shouldn't be limited to a single path ordained by heaven.
Very well spoken. And again, the voice acting, it's initially not what I expected, but it really does fit if you listen to it again. Anyways, the wise and experienced former anti-entropy sovereign who inherits the same name of the world, Welt. He has saved Earth from annihilation time and time again. After the incident with St. Fountain came to a close, Welt had no choice but to venture with the initiator of the incident to the other side of the portal. Perhaps even he did not expect the new journey nor companions that awaited him there. So this is the same Welt that we actually got to meet in Honkai Impact 3rd, and if you guys have read the Alien Space manga, this is pretty much the continuation of that little saga. Again, really, really nice artwork here. You can kind of see right in the background we have Void Archives, we have Tesla and Einstein down in this little snippet. Not 100% sure if that's who I think it is, but again, we'll leave that up to you guys to tell me down in the comments below. Again, moving on from the Astral Express, we'll move down to Belobog. I think I'm saying that right, I don't know. We have our first character, Sampo.
Whatever it is you need, I got the goods. If you got the cash.
Kind of like that, man. Big time like Cowboy Bebop vibes. I don't know, it's weird. A silver-tongued salesman. Where there's profit to be made, you can be sure Sampo is nearby. Sampo's unique knowledge makes it hard not to approach him for help, but becoming his customer is not necessarily a good thing. After all, customers can quickly turn into commodities for the right price. Really interesting character, man. He looks the part, and honestly, I think that he's going to be a pretty damn sick character to meet. Really looking forward to meeting Sampo, and it looks like he's a wind element. Moving on to our next character, Gepard. I think I'm saying that
The steadfast
right?
architects built this city. Under the protection of Klapoth the Preservation, Belobog remains forever warm in the face of unrelenting cold.
Cool, man. It looks very much like a paladin of some sort. The honorable and upstanding captain of the Silvermane Guards who bears the noble Lando family name. In the Frostwhip city of Belobog, life can still go on in normality. This is in no small part thanks to Gepard and his Silvermane Guards who protect the peace of everyday life. Really stoic looking character. I'm loving the design here, and I'm not really sure what kind of weapon that is, but it kind of looks like something like a gun in a case or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a gigantic shield. Again, really sick looking design. Really appreciate all of the different just like all the attention to detail, like the snow and everything in the background to just really showcase where he's from. I'm really digging that, man. He's sick. Another familiar face.
I herewith temporarily strip you of your freedom of action and speech. Please, trust me to offer you a fair trial and the opportunity to clear your names with the whole of Belobog as the witness.
Not really sure if I'm a huge fan of that voice actress or not. Well, in being suited to Bronya. Again, not really sure, but I don't know. I have to listen to it again. Anyways, heir to the Supreme Guard Belobog, she is a young and capable commander of the Silvermane Guards. Bronya received rigorous education from an early age. I don't know why I'm saying edge, and possesses the grace and affinity as expected of an heir. However, after witnessing the abysmal conditions in the underworld, seeds of doubt began growing in Belobog's future leader's mind. Can all the training I've received really help me lead the people to the lives they want? And again, interesting to see that she's a wind-based character. I was really expecting her to be ice of some sort. Not really sure what this is up in the corner, but that really looks like a silhouette of a girl or something. Again, very intriguing to me. Moving on, we have Pela.
Captain, Intelligence Officer Pela reporting.
Pela.
This event was not premeditated. The suspect acted alone and has been controlled by the Silvermane Guards. No casualties found on either side.
Cool, man. The meticulous intelligence officer of the Silvermane Guards. While young, she is undeniably brilliant. Whether it relates to maneuvering troops, distributing supplies, or the terrain, Pela can answer any problems with calm certainty. As for her phone case, it has nothing to do with work, Captain. Phone case? Again, she kind of looks like a catalyst user here for some reason, and I'm getting big time, like, Sucrose vibes. I don't know why, but again, I'm really liking the character design. I think her voice actress fits perfectly. Onward to our next faction, the Herta Space Station. And our first character, Arlen.
Don't get me wrong, it's just that I always act on my principle that the safety of the space station comes first. It's nothing personal.
The inarticulate head of Herta Space Station's security department. While scientific research is beyond his understanding, Arlen is willing to risk his life to protect the staff who value research so very much. He is used to the pain and wears his scars like badges of honor. Only when holding Peppy does the boy finally let down his guard and show a rare smile. That is a damn little cute, like, corgi-looking dog. I don't know, man. I'm digging it. I'm guessing this icon is for, like, lightning or something. You know, with all the lightning in the background of the portrait. I think that's a fairly good, like, assessment. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. We have Asta.
The test samples that I'm currently cultivating on the space station won't steal my dinner, right? No. Bugs are not my dinner. But that does bring one to the question. Are bugs nice to eat?
That's weird. Anyways, a fiercely inquisitive and energetic young girl. She is the lead researcher of Herta Space Station. Whether it is managing opinionated staff or curiously but firmly responding to the Intelligentsia Guild, Asta handles it all effortlessly. After all, commanding a space station is much easier than taking over a company. Again, really liking the character design here and just seeing like this gigantic telescope in the background. Really good voice actress as well. Like that. And then Herta. I'm guessing the space station is probably named after Herta, possibly?
I'm already perfect. What else should I do? Of course, I could write another couple of books. But what would I get out of that? Why should I bother?
Okay, so we got a very conceited character here. Digging it. What's up with the hand puppets? That's strange, man. Anyways, Herta Space Station's true master. As the human with the highest IQ in the blue, she only does what she's interested in, dropping whatever project immediately the moment she loses interest. The best example being the space station. She typically appears in the form of a ranged puppet. Okay, that's interesting. It's about 70% similar to how I looked as a child. Herta. Okay, man. Again, really intriguing characters here, and then I'm really curious about this. I wonder what role she's gonna play into the overarching story. And last but not least, our last faction, Stellaron Hunters. And a very surprising character to see introduced here. I was not expecting this until I seen that like trailer recently, but Kafka.
I must leave now. Listen, someone will come and find you very soon. Just go with them. You won't remember a thing except me.
Well, damn, she's putting on a charm, ain't she? Really, really digging the choice here for the voice actress. Love that, man. On the Interastral Peace Corporation's wanted list, Kafka's entry only has two things: her name and a single sentence. Likes collecting coats. Okay. Little is known about the Stellaron Hunter, other than that she is one of Destiny's slave Elio's most trusted members. I'm not sure who that is, but I'm guessing we're going to find out eventually. In order to achieve Elio's envisioned future, Kafka gets to work. Again, loving the character design. Not really sure what's up with all the umbrellas and everything, but I do like this little cat here. Kind of reminds me of Stan for some reason. But again, very, very awesome choice here. And, of course, a lightning character. Moving onward, our last but not least, a very familiar face that a lot of people were really excited to see in that trailer, Silver Wolf, or as I call her, Brony.
I could get AI to do these tasks, but I do it myself. Hacking is like fighting. You have to have a feel for it.
Now that is a voice that I would 1000% agree fits this character. The universe is just another game to this super hacker. No matter how thorny the defense system, Silver Wolf can crack it with ease. Her hacking battle and Scrollum of the Genius Society has become stuff of legends in the hacking world. How many more levels are there to beat in this universe? Silver Wolf looks forward to finding out. God damn, man, I'm really loving the description for this character because we all know who it is. And again, the design is perfect. The story is perfect. This just is all fitting Bronya. Again, I'm really loving this. You get to see all of like the little puppets or whatever. I'm guessing the little avatars that she has created. Pretty damn sick. Again, really looking forward to this character. And again, I'm not really sure what this element is, but it kind of makes me think we're going to see the return of Quantum, possibly? That might be Quantum. So we'll have to wait and see. And last but not least, we have the worlds page. Now currently we only have Jarilo 6. I'm sure this will get updated as time goes on. But if you click into Jarilo 6, we get a little description here for the planet. Traversing across the snow plains, you can get a full view of Belobog, the only spot on the ice-cold world of Jarilo 6 that barely fits the definition of a warm place. As the only remaining city with human civilization, Belobog has been given many grandiose titles: the last bastion of mankind against the eternal freeze, the land blessed by Klepoth. And if you highlight over the images, you'll get a little additional information about each of the areas in Jarilo 6. First one's Belobog. Nearly a millennium ago, the blistering Everwinter buried the world under snow with the arrival of the eternal freeze. Belobog survived the disaster, thanks to the blessings from the preservation. Despite having to weather the harsh climate, humanity persevered and lived to see the sunrise again. Moving on, we have the Overworld. The part of Belobog that lies above the ground is known as the Overworld, and it is from there that the architects govern the city. The temperature in the city is constant and daily life continues as before. We have the Administrative District, the Everwinter Monument. One of the landmarks of the Overworld is a statue located in the middle of the plaza. This huge sculpture is a representation of humanity's hard-fought victory against the Everwinter. It was erected in tribute to the architects who saved civilization. We have another spot in the Administrative District, Klepoth Fort. This magnificent fort, named after the Aeon of Preservation, is also the Supreme Guardian's residence and command center. And we have the Golden Theater, a famous spot in the Administrative District, built by Galliards the architect. The ever-summer florist. People are still trying to preserve flowers despite the cold brought on by the eternal freeze. For their fragrance will help you forget the tough times, even if only for a moment. That's really, really interesting. A nice little bit of insight into how people kind of view this world. That's really neat. I like that. The flower shop in the eternal winter. The Underworld. The part of Belobog that lies underground is known as the Underworld. Okay, that's pretty on the nose. Relics and architecture from the old world are buried in between the towering rocky walls. A giant support beam connects the underground to the surface. We have Boulder Town Gathering Place. This place welcomes people from all walks of life. Only one rule needs to be followed. No fighting. I'm guessing this is some sort of like a pub establishment or something. We have Goth Grand Hotel. Despite being in urgent need of refurbishment, the century-old Goth Grand Hotel is the pride of its owner, Gertie. Okay, a little inn. Rivet Town Orphanage. This place used to be a shelter for the orphans of the underworld. Once the threat of the fragmentum was imminent, the caretaker of the orphanage led the children away from their former home. The sound of laughter and playing was never to be heard again in the courtyard of this old house. Really interesting. That is pretty much all of the updates for the website. Again, if you guys are interested in going over and checking it out yourself, the link is down in the description below. I will be covering more Honkai Star Rail content over here on the channel, so if you guys are interested, be sure to stay tuned. That's going to do it for me, and I will see you all for the next one. Take care. Peace.